And we're back with a quadruple iron farm. So guys, it's been a couple days, and I've been busy. I've been working just because of backlogging and whatnot. It's been a couple days since I recorded here in real life, and so I've been working on this thing. You can see I got a bunch of item streams worked into here, and yeah, I took out the rails and the scaffolding for all of that. And we've got 4 functioning iron farms. Oh my gosh, so there's a lot to talk about here. And I'll try and get it over with pretty quick so I don't bore you to death. But anyway, we got our first problem here. Yeah, you can see a golem who's spawned in with these villagers. So this is an issue that I've always run into, and I've never figured out how to solve it until now. I finally figured it out. And, well, not now, I guess in this world is when I finally figured it out, and I forgot that I had solved this problem. So I guess the first things first, right? We gotta kill this guy. And I think I'm just gonna smack him, because I've been trying to figure out how to push him out of there and stuff, but he's just in so many blocks, and I don't want to try and break blocks, because these guys are going to squirt out of there. So yeah, that shouldn't have messed with anything too bad. If you didn't know, I'm pretty sure that that decreases your rating, like your villager rating, but I don't think that's a big deal. This thing is going to work regardless, and if not, we'll do some trading. Yeah, it should be fine. But for now, I'm going to solve this problem. So if you weren't aware, the way that those golems have been spawning, they don't look for like empty space. They just look for a solid block, and then glass actually doesn't prevent them from spawning. So what we got to do is push all of these blocks out from under these guys and replace them with glass, because the glass doesn't exist according to the golem, right? So if he just sees glass, he won't ever spawn there in the first place, hopefully. So that's the plan. I'm gonna switch this out with glass. I've already done it for the other platforms. And that was actually the first golem that I've seen spawn in there with the guys, so it's pretty rare, but, you know, it will cause an issue because it'll stop working, I'm pretty sure, if the guy's in there. Anyway, like I said, I'm going to do this, and I'll BRB. Okay, and just to clarify, the reason he spawned over here isn't because all the villagers are on one side, so he spawned on the side that the villagers are. It's because he was looking for blocks to spawn, right? And all of the rest of them are all taken up by slabs and water and doors and all that stuff. And because, like I said, he doesn't pay attention to glass when he spawns, he'll spawn in here. And so that's why. It's not because they're all on one side, just so you know. So that should solve the problem. He should spawn inside the farm now, probably right around in the middle. It should be fine. So what we're going to do now, oh, and speak of the devil. What perfect timing. Cool. So anyway, as you can see, we got some iron in here. I pulled all the stuff out of the chest really recently, and this guy was hanging out in there for quite a while, so it wasn't producing anything. You can see he died and the stuff goes into the chest, so it works like so. Anyway, I'm going to run over to all 3 of the other ones, and we're going to grab out the iron just to double check and make sure they're all working. Yeah, and then I can also show you the water stream. So we come over here, you can see what's going on with the water. So what I'm going to do is rip all this out. This was temporary just so I could test and see if everything was working, which I'm pretty sure it is. Let's check. Oh yeah, stack of iron. Heck yeah. So what we got going on here is when the water stream ends, we've got a, what are these called? End rod, and some slabs and some water. You can see what's going on, and that goes all the way into the center, and I'll show you what goes on over there in a little bit. But this can just remain open and everything because the Enderman can't spawn on any of this stuff. And then over by the end farm, I've covered it in water, so they can't teleport to it. Anyway, so what's going to happen is we're going to make a little dropper circuit and drop everything into the water, and it should be good to go. So I'm going to go to the other 2. See if those are working as well, and I'll show you what's in both of these chests, and I'll BRB. Oh yeah. And the 4th one. Oh yeah, so this thing is producing like crazy. I've been trying to kind of get a good estimate of the rates, and we can do a little bit of head math here to figure it out, but I am going to do some more math later, and I'll talk about that later as well. But for now, what we can basically, we can think about it like this. So every 5 minutes, there's a chance that a golem's going to spawn, right? So that could mean you could get none in 5 minutes, or you get 2 in 5 minutes. You know, it's kind of random, but it works out to be on average one every 5 minutes, which means about 3 to 4 iron every 5 minutes per farm. So that's kind of a way to visualize how much is going to be here. Anyway, that, of course, I'm going to give you some better math later on, but that's just like a quick little guesstimate. So yeah, down here we've got this chest, so it all goes into the center, so you can see what's going on. They go, it's really cool, you can't see anything through the water. I really like that. So it's all going to shoot down, it's all going to converge here in the middle, and the way I was able to converge these water streams, which is pretty cool, it's just this weird little setup like this. You can see when we're in the water, you can see how the water is arranged. So this just goes under the slab, and then there's source block there, so they don't make a you know, infinite source. And then it all goes into the center and into that hopper down there. Cool. Anyway, I don't think anything's come through here yet. Nope. Obviously because we haven't connected it. So that's what I'm going to do here next is I'm just going to connect each one of these with a quick little dropper circuit to drop everything into the water. So I'm going to do that, and then we get to do some like legitimate AFK testing, which will be pretty sweet because I haven't really done that yet. I've kind of just been like picking stuff out randomly. I haven't gotten a good idea yet, but man, it's producing. So what I think I'm going to do is in between now and the end of this episode at some time, I have no idea when that's going to be, but I'm going to do like a solid overnight test. I'm going to sit here overnight and see how much we get. And that way we'll be able to divide up the amount of time, really, versus the amount of drops, and we'll actually get like a pretty good estimate of like how many iron per minute you can get from this sucker. So anyway, I'm trying to think of anything else I left out. Oh yeah, there's a beacon. I put a beacon beam over there. This is really handy too to get through these windows. Yeah, so what was really cool is apparently, I didn't know this, but beacon beams can go through slabs. I didn't know that. I thought the slab would block it, so it can go right through the center where we got our endermite. Pretty cool. It also helps too when you're trying to fly up really high. You can kind of get like something to look at, because it could be really hard to fly when it's just like void. Anyway, yeah, so like I said, I'm going to put a dropper circuit in each one of these guys, and I'll bring you back. Alright guys, well, we did 3 of them. You can kind of see them there in the distance, but we're going to do this one here on camera. So, ooh, we got some iron. Excellent. So what we want to do is throw in a dropper, and I've been putting them right here. Each one of these is a little bit different. I didn't like do this perfectly, and like one of them's like a little bit lower, but I really don't care. I don't think it's going to matter. Oh, perfect. We get to use some of that iron. We need another dropper, or hopper, dropper, hopper, hopper, dropper. Yeah, we need one more to get it into the chest, or into the hopper, dropper, dropper, hopper, and then it's going to go into the water stream, so like that. And then the way that I've been doing this little deal is I think I want to hide it kind of this direction, so we're going to come up, and we're going to come up, and we're going to build out. This is like one of my favorite little redstone things to build ever, because they're so easy and they're so quick, and I already built it wrong. How did I do that? Like what? Yeah, it goes like this. It goes like this. I'll just edit that part out. Don't you worry. Okay. And the redstone. Also, check out my hunger is just like draining so quickly. That beacon in the middle is a regen beacon, and I had to add that in there because I was AFKing and I kept like running out of hunger. It was really weird. I don't know why, like, it takes so much hunger to be here in the end, but I don't know. Is that like a thing? Does like it take hunger to be here? Anyway, yeah, so that should help. I've just been flying through food, though. It's kind of crazy. Let's go down here. Ooh, that was kind of close. A little bit of a pucker moment. All right, so we got that in place. Oh no, I was about to say I'm running out of glass, but I just got a bunch more. Yeah, so we just need to block it in a little bit, and it should be good to go. And we could put something in the hopper and test it out, but I'm pretty confident. Let's throw in some iron. Sure. Oh yeah, obviously we got to switch the hoppers around. Duh. So let's kind of work our way back into here. Let's make sure not to drop anything. You good? That's going in there, so we just need to put those like so. Okay. Now it's ready to do a little test. And like so. And fly off down to our sorting room. Alright. How cool. So I only have a double chest allotted at the moment. And I don't think that we really need more than that. Obviously, I could just expand it, but I'm trying to think like my triple iron farm I could leave on overnight, and it doesn't produce a double chest or even half a double chest. It does like 2 full lines, like almost 20 stacks overnight, my triple iron farm. So this quad farm at the moment probably won't fill this double chest overnight. So I don't think I have to worry about that. Obviously, that's not including poppies, though. So maybe we do a little item filter or something. That would be really, really easy to put an item filter in there. Like, we could put it, like, we're literally, like, a block behind right here and have it go off to the side and dump everything. So that's not an issue. We might have to do that. But anyway, I think, like I said, I'm going to do some AFKing, like, overnight and see if this chest fills up, how quickly it fills up. For now, let's just take everything out so we can tell. What I've already done is I've already gone to each one of these and put stuff in them, and then come here to see if it made it, and it does. So everything is connected fine. Man, this is a pretty awesome project. I'm trying to think if I left anything out. Ooh, look at that. There's some iron coming through right now. Oh, it's so awesome. I love how I built this to where you can see the items. It's so cool. You can just sit here and watch everything come into the system. Look at that. Get out of my way. Oh man, I love this project. Alright, well, I feel pretty successful. I think we're going to move on here for the day. Alright, well this is pretty epic, I must say so myself. But I think I'm going to move on here and show you something else that I realized that I could do. So let's talk about villager cap and everything. We're at 40 in that world. Yeah, there's 40, or not in the world, in the other dimension. There's 40 guys because there's 4 iron farms, 10 each. And then we've got this little deal over here. You can see that there's dudes that are being produced, and it's working fine. And so we're definitely going to be able to increase the cap over here and then transport guys through the portal again. And that made me start thinking about stuff. So I transported probably 5 or 6 dudes over there, maybe a little more, maybe like 10 because I lost a few of them. Yeah, and it got me thinking that there's actually a much simpler way to do this. And I don't necessarily think that I need to do it here because this system really is quite fine, and it doesn't take too long. To move 10 guys isn't going to be that big of a deal. And you can see that over in the other dimension, I had a little water stream to push them into the right spot. And we're going to keep our counter over there as well. So if I want to increase the amount of iron farms, it shouldn't be too hard. But for now, I'm going to show you what I'm talking about, the easier method, which is going to require me to pop into a creative world. So I'm going to go over there, and I'll BRB. And check this out. My snowmen got pumpkins back on their heads somehow. Anyway, yeah, creative world, BRB. Okay, so we're in creative, we're in a different world. We have gone into the end and everything, and we've set up another little villager breeder deal. So, like I'm always talking about this, but sometimes get out of your survival mode and go into creative. And if you're playing in creative all the time, get out of that mode, go into survival. Just change it up every once in a while. It's going to help your brain out, I promise, for playing the game and figuring stuff out. Anyway, so we've got our villager up here, and he's right above the portal. And we've got our breeder dudes down there. And I think we've got maybe like 6 guys or 4 guys or something, probably like 6. Yeah, so check out how simple this is, okay? So we've got our breeder, and we've got a hole there and a hole there on each side so the guys can get pushed out. They get pushed into one block and then pushed straight into the portal. And because they're only 1 block high when they're born, they go right into there, and it doesn't matter. They're going to go into there, no problem. It's not like they're going to grow up before they do, because it just takes a couple seconds. It's so cool. So, what I'm going to do is get out some... Whoops, I just deleted my dragon eggs. Dang it, I hope we got another one in this world. So anyway, what we get to do is come in here and spawn a bunch of baby guys. So we get to click on these and make a bunch of babies. They're all going to come into here, so we get to wait a few hours, have a bunch of babies fall into there, and you can see that they go right into the portal. Just fine, no problem. Oh man, it's pretty cool. So, and then we get to follow them in here, and you can see they're all hanging out on the block. Squirt! And they all get pushed where we want them to go. Oh, isn't that cool? So what you get to do, essentially, is you get an AFK back in the mainland island until you've had a bunch of dudes go through, or just one at a time, whatever you want to do. And then you just hop through the portal, and you got something set up like this, and bam, Bob's your uncle, whatever. That saying doesn't make sense, but... So yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to do this in single player. I think I might do something similar, but it's a really good trick to know. Man, it's easy. Anyway, I'm going to move on and get to our main project for our world today. So I'm going to go back into survival, and we can keep on doing stuff. Well, pardon my morning voice. It's the next day for me. I AFK'd overnight, and I've got a very low, very morning voice. I've been working on the rail. Sorry. Anyway, we're back. I'm back. You're back as well, I hope. And this is how much iron we got overnight. It's pretty awesome. I'm running by some math with you guys. I think I'm going to put a couple of pieces up on the screen. So what we got here is 23 stacks of iron. I'm not going to count the 16 because that's just outlier. 23 stacks of iron, which is like almost 1,500 iron. But I forgot what the exact number is there. So 23 stacks of iron. Hold on a second, I have to do some math, and I'm going to give you the correct numbers. Hold on. 1472. There's 1,472 iron in this chest right here, not including the 16. And this took me 8 hours. I did an 8-hour test, which equates to 480 minutes, right? So what we got so far is 1,472 iron divided by 480 minutes, right? Which means we get about 3 iron per minute. Pretty interesting. So I think that would be how you do the math there, 3 iron per minute. Pardon me if I totally confaggled that one. Confaggled? I'm failing at math and inventing language. Sorry if I failed on that one because it's really early, like I said. Anyway, something along this sort. I knew it was going to be something like that. This is what we got yesterday before I did the AFKN. So we're rolling in it, guys. It's working pretty well, and I'm happy with it. Yeah, so I think that's, yeah, speak of the devil. Let me get some more. So yeah, I think that's a pretty good amount for 8 hours. However, it's really making me think about adding more. And after showing you what I just showed you with how to get the villagers into the portal real easy, man, I'm really tempted. It's either that or do a 5th one. And like we had talked about already, there isn't really a spot for a 5th one because we're in the spot where the 5th one would be. Yeah, so it might, like if I add any more, I'm probably just going to add them above those ones, which means if I do one, I'm going to have to do the other 3. Oh man. Anyway, I also figured out how to AFK here at the Enderman farm. It's pretty cool. It's not complicated. I bet you guys have seen this done before. But I realized that it's really nice with this one wide Enderman farm. So, not only that, I did a few little design choices in here. So, I decided to slab the ceiling, and I've been trying not to do this for a really long time. But I finally I was like, whatever, I just have to do it. And there's a couple reasons. Let's see if this still works. Oh yeah, that still works, because one of the reasons is because we need a way out of here, and so I figured that would be kind of an interesting way to do that. We got a slab on the ground to help out with that. Then also, I blocked this in, so these guys can't be attacked from any of the other directions, and I think it looks pretty cool. So it makes it a little bit safer, and I also, because it's slabbed, because there's water, there's like nowhere else in this world for them to be or to teleport to either. So they'll just hang out here no matter what. They're not going to come out of that hole like they have been doing. And you can see they're on slabs and stuff too, so the XP doesn't get stuck in the hoppers. Man, it's really coming along. So what we can do is sit here and hold a button, and you can see it's going crazy. It goes so good, like it goes so fast that it almost lags out from spawning more guys in. So yeah, it's pretty awesome. I hesitated on doing this overnight, simply because I didn't want to like break my console, because this is really intensive on the system to do this. Here, that'll be a little bit better of a visual. Yeah, but those Endermen all spawning and tracking and falling, that is so much. Like, you can see how much it's lagging right now. If I did this straight for like 8 hours, oh my gosh, like I don't even know. I would be at such a high level. I also have the regen beacon to stop me from killing myself, like with hunger damage. I AFK'd here for maybe like, I don't even know, like a half hour or something, like 20 minutes, and I got 62 levels. And the regen beacon keeps you alive, so that's pretty cool. I might, I don't know, sit here for longer amounts of time. I just don't want to do like an 8-hour AFK session here, because I feel like it would crash the game. Because I haven't saved the game in like 8 hours either. I should probably do that after I record this clip. Oh man, and it also makes me wonder what would happen if all these pearls were on the other side. Like, would I just crash the game when I went through the portal? Huh, interesting. Testing is in the future. Anyway, that's pretty cool. I thought I'd show you guys that. We got our 8 hours of iron and our 20 minutes of AFKM. It's pretty awesome, 60 levels. So, like I said, I'm sure we're almost done here for the day. I'm just going to show you one more little thing and talk about the next project I'm going to work on in the next episode. So, I'm going to go over there, and I'll be RB. Alright, and in case you're wondering how much that looks like in block form, it's about 3 stacks of blocks. I think that this is probably around the amount that I had already in here. You remember I had the other part in my inventory from before the AFK session. So yeah, 3 blocks of iron. Man, you know, that's pretty crazy. It seems like to me, that's about how much you need for a full-size beacon. Obviously a little extra, so I feel like with one night of AFK, you could get a full-size beacon plus some extra iron. That is pretty awesome, guys. I'm happy with this. Okay, I just wanted to show you that real quick. Alright, well, I've been doing a little bit of work over here. Not too much work, but just enough to get something pretty cool done. So let's go down here. Thought I was going to catch that ladder. I've got an off switch. Are you working at the moment? You sure are working at the moment. So you see there it would have triggered it because it went off for a second. But since this is powered, it's not going to. So I think I'm going to turn it on. And we're just going to let this thing start running and everything. So I'm going to pop into here. This is going to be really hard to show you what's going on. But I think I can figure it out. First of all, let's take another gander at the Look at the last level. Jeez. That just goes to show you that the LC value is so freaking important in this version, and that I should have just really rolled with that and built this even lower. But I didn't. It still works. Anyway, super simple, guys. I mean, I'm sure you could have, like, guessed what I was going to do here. Yeah, we just brought the hoppers up a couple blocks so we could, like, stick them into an item elevator, because we can't put the item elevator at this level. Like, if we put ice right here, we've got to go down into the bedrock to put repeaters and comparators and stuff. So I needed to bring it up a little bit instead of breaking bedrock. We still got this whole double chest full of drops down here. My God, I should probably put these through the system, shouldn't I? Anyway, hoppers is how they unload it. So no unloading system, because I want this to be 100% reliable and never, ever, ever, ever stop no matter what. So I hope that will accomplish that. What's in here? Anything special? Well, I wouldn't know, would I? In that chest. Anyway, I'm trying to think about how I can show you this. I think the elytra is going to be a best method. Yeah, so there you go. There was a run, I guess. We just, yeah, a bunch of stuff is dying, and the thing is working, so you can see that. Excellent. Pretty cool. All right, so let's go down to where it goes to, and I'll show you just the other little part. I mean, it's really obvious. I'm sure you've seen it, but it's just an item elevator. Of course, I just picked everything up as it's going by. But yeah, it's an item elevator. Right here, I was just barely able to squeeze it in. Sorry, I can't give you a little bit better of a view of that, but it's real cramped in here. Let's throw all this stuff in here so the hopper can pick it up. So here's the idea. So this is like a traveling area, right? People are traveling around here all the time. They need somewhere to sleep, so they need like a little inn. They need a little hotel. So that's what I'm going to build. I'm going to build a little inn sitting on top of this place, right about, yeah. I'm probably going to take these mushrooms out and put them somewhere else, just because they'll be in the way for my build, so it'll be easier to just move them. I'm going to build a little house, a little inn, little thing, like what I'm talking about. Then, actually, I'm getting all confused. That's not the next step. The next step is to do words and brain. Because I need to build the storage situation first. I need to build all the gizmos, the redstone, the sorter, the splitter, the smelter. You know what I'm talking about. All the stuff for all the drops. And then I will build the Victorian house around it. Because one thing I've learned from redstone is, yeah, you can squeeze it into a spot. You can make a spot and you can squeeze it in there. But good freaking luck if it's not going to be the same. It's going to be worse. You're not going to be able to fit it into a box. You've got to build the redstone and then build the box around the redstone. That's what I've always done, and that's probably I think the best method. And so that's what I'm going to try and do here. Let's see if we can fly with this dude. The most useless contraption I've ever built in Minecraft. Come on. Doesn't even work half the time. I'm always afraid I'm going to shoot him too. He's going to like die. Oh man. Anyway, yeah, AFK point, giant mushroom. I have some ideas for that. I've just been waiting until I'm getting in the creative urge. I've been so technical, guys, lately. Like all I can do is just build sorting and item streams and elevators and just this crazy stuff. And I think that I'm feeling the urge to do a little bit of aesthetic building here coming up. So we're definitely going to go back and work on the mesa. I'm sure some of you guys are missing that. I haven't been there for quite a while. We're also going to work on like the platform up here at the top, because I had a pretty good idea on how to make this look nice, because at the moment it looks like poop. It looks terrible, guys. Don't tell me it doesn't. It looks stupid. From a distance it's pretty cool, but when you come up here, oh man, it's a blah. It's a blah. I hate this black glass. It does not look good here. Anyway, I got some plans. I'm rambling. I just want to let you guys know that I'm really thinking about stuff in our world here. I've got crazy amount of plans to get through, stuff to build, and it should be pretty awesome. So anyway, let me know if you guys liked what you saw. Look at this. Is a bullet. It made it all the way up here. What the heck? What the heck? What's going on here? Okay, that was weird. Anyway, yeah, let me know if you liked what you saw. Hit a like button if you felt like it. I know it would be very much appreciated by me. And sub if you're new, if you want to see more crazy builds like all these things that you see. Yeah. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it for me. It's been quite the day. It's been like 3 days to record this episode, even though it's a little bit shorter. So I figured I would end it with a little bit of a talking bit, telling you some plans and stuff. So I hope you liked it. I just can't let you go. I'm having too much fun recording. I can't end my clip, so it's going to end it here. Okay, that's it. Bye-bye. See you guys in the next episode. Hope you have a really good day. Bye-bye.